Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Rewind Post Show for January the 8th, 2024. I am Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster at PW Hipster over on Threads, Twitter, Instagram, the whole shebang, and the pro wrestling hipster over on Facebook. Gentlemen, let's introduce ourselves and jump right into tonight's main event.
Hello, everyone. Here, Eduardo Bates again to speak all of this tonight's show, and let's see what we got today.
Was an interesting show, and I believe that we have Caesar on his way, and he messaged in the group chat that he was Caesar.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something happened.
Don't worry, a big
Welcome.
Return.
Introduce yourself to the folks, and we'll jump into the main event here, man.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Usually I'm here on time, and actually with the chat and everybody else. As always, welcome to the show. It's the new year. Thank goodness everyone's here, and everyone's here as always. I go by Caesar, and on social media I go as NoobTube, and yeah, we are here with the show. What am I missing, or what did I not miss? I should say.
we just got the introduction done here. We'll hop into tonight's main event, which was Shinsuke Nakamura taking on the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in a street fight. It was just to be a normal match going into the show tonight, but it was made into a street fight after a backstage brawl between the two men. Cody picked up the win here in 24 minutes. Yeah, absolutely love that picture of Adam Pearce holding them apart. I love Adam Pearce. Like, the man deserves an Emmy for the work he does on Monday Night Raw. But Cody picks up the win in 24 minutes, which is a pretty lengthy match for Monday Night Raw. Gentlemen, what did you think of tonight's main event?
I guess it was a solid match. Finally, we have the end of this rivalry, I guess. But at the same time, like, we are close to the Rumble. So the match was a PG street match. So at the end of the day, I don't know. For me, it was like, oh, okay, another match. I think that they have matches on live shows. I don't know. So for me, it was like, okay, this is the end of the rivalry finally, and of course, Cody will win the match. So yeah, it was like all the show today. It was a normal show, and also for that, because we are close to the Rumble. So in sometimes I feel very bored.
Yeah, because they have to. They played it a little safe tonight for sure.
Yeah,
because we're right on that cusp of everything ramping up, leading towards the WrestleMania season. So I understand exactly where you're coming from there.
Yeah, he basically said it best. Oh God, not this part.
The broom, yep. Moppy.
Moppy 2024.
What a great photo.
Yeah, it's what I was gonna say is I do kind of agree with you. Like, it did seem like a bit of a safety almost, because like if you follow the card, what did we have? We had Kobe versus Kaiser. We had Cody Nakamura. We had the women's tag belts. We had
Miz and JD McDonough.
Yeah, almost the matches seemed like they were like, okay, let's just give them, like, dare I say, the tip, and then we'll give the better stuff February.
Well, and it was, there was a lot of groundwork laid tonight for upcoming challengers for titles, and what direction some of the feuds are going to be going in towards the Rumble and beyond to Mania. So it was a little bit of a maintenance show, I suppose you could say. But the match itself was solid. It was, like you said, Eduardo, it was a TV PG street fight match.
Super PG.
Really nothing even more extreme.
That's not very PG.
No, it's not, and that's that picture's gonna get memed to hell and back.
I give it a day.
Oh, I'm already brewing a couple in my head right now, so I got some ideas. But no, it really wasn't even any more extreme than the the street fight they did on Christmas. The
Miracle.
Yeah, the Miracle on 34th Street fight. It was that same. It was kind of more of a goofy type of street fight. You know, almost more played for laughs, even though they weren't playing it for laughs. But that's how the
I remember that match was for me most phony than this.
you know what
I
the
feel this.
so.
I feel this very very soft, like you said. I'm sorry for
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy.
the poor ring crew member taking the mist there.
Yeah,
That was like, you know, back in the day when poor Mark Eaton ate a sweet shit of music during WrestleMania.
Mm.
But then a solid match though. This I hope, like I said, this ends this feud and we can just, you know, lean into
Finally,
just lean into the WrestleMania season and we can ramp up and see where Cody goes. See if he finishes his story. Gentlemen, anything else on the main event, or shall we pop to the front of the show?
Let's go to the front.
let's go to the front. Okay.
Caesar may or may not have taken a nap during a portion of tonight's show.
I won't. I'll explain why, when, and why, when, and where. If I did or didn't.
All right. So we open tonight with a smiling, happy babyface Cody Rhodes waltzing into the arena. Sharp dressed man is Cody Rhodes.
The man.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah,
And,
dude. If I had his checks coming in the mail, hell yeah, I'd walk around in some sweet suits too.
Strolling into the Moda Center there in Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
But they were cutting to a video package about his match with Nakamura tonight, and Drew McIntyre shouted to shut that off, and we got a shot of him standing in the ring, cutting a promo, and he was pretty quickly interrupted by CM Punk after he mentioned him by name. Gentlemen, what did you think of this promo between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre?
I think this promo was one of the highest moments of the night. A little spicy between them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I love the confrontation, and I see Drew McIntyre very very true with himself about what was speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And again with all the CM Punk problem in other companies, and now he's back in the WWE. So this promo makes me want to see a match between them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that will be a program we'll see at some point in the future for sure. Did either of you kind of flash back to the Kevin Nash CM Punk confrontation?
Yeah, I remember seeing that picture on a certain chat room we were part of. What I was gonna say was like, oh, there's the picture. What I was gonna say is like, when they got into each other's faces, it's like what?
13
How much
years
of a difference? How much of a difference in height between those two? Hey,
yeah.
Like how tall is Drew? Like 6'5"? Like best guess. I'm taking a shot in the dark on that one. He might be a little bit taller, so I mean shorter, but the Punk in front of him, that difference though. And yeah, I do agree. There's probably gonna be something. Not 13 years in the making.
Well, that was the.
What do you think? What do you think?
According to Google, Drew McIntyre is 6'5".
Oh, that was a lucky guess. So Punk's gotta be at least 6 to 6'3".
What do you think? Of course, this is just an idea. Punk winning the Rumble, and at the Elimination Chamber, Elite. Yeah, we see a match between McIntyre and Punk, and McIntyre challenged Punk for the opportunity to face Seth Rollins, and maybe I don't know, maybe we see a triple threat, because I read some comments from a lot of fans that maybe this is that every 10 years in WrestleMania we have a triple threat, no? So they are saying that maybe it's a triple threat for this WrestleMania.
Possibly. I do have some thoughts and theory on how the WrestleMania card might unfold a little bit, which we'll get into it a little bit later. Because Eduardo, we didn't have you on last week, so I want to get your thoughts on The Rock coming back. We'll get into that a little bit later here after we cover the show a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, a little split there. And like I said, I've got some ideas, a little armchair booking of how they could handle the whole Rock situation. But that being said, pretty solid promo, like you guys said. It got a little hot in there, you know. One of those things where it's like, I hope you guys had permission prior to what you said there a couple times. You know, I think Drew called CM Punk a succubus in there at one point.
Yep. He did use those exact words. He did call him a succubus. He did call him the demon.
Yeah.
And then Punk said he's the devil, which I was really confused because I thought Adam Cole was the devil.
We're just throwing out.
Apparently, it's CM Punk.
We're just throwing out words, demonic figures. Today it's succubus. Next week it's paranormal or something. The week after that it'll be another thing. Just here's your words. Just throw them everywhere. It'll be different names, pretty much.
Fantastic. All right, so moving on, we had the Tommaso Ciampa match with Finn Balor. You know, they've had some pretty good matches in the past. Had a couple bangers back down in NXT. So you know, I was expecting the match to be pretty good, and it was. You know, they I'm trying to think of. They didn't give him a whole lot of time. The match went about 8 minutes, and Ciampa did pick up the win, which I was surprised about.
Maybe this is the beginning from a new champs.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to build DIY up a little bit here. I mean, they are guys that Triple H likes. You know, he did a lot of great stuff with them down in NXT, and he can recreate a lot of that on the main roster here. They do have a match next week with Judgment Day. Correct? Am I mixing that up? I'm mixing.
Spoilers.
The theme song stinks. What the heck is that?
Yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why can't they use the theme they had in NXT?
And their colors from NXT.
Yeah, I think they want a new idea or concept for the team, so they put all of the NXT in trash and let's begin with something new.
There's also a royalties thing. They don't want to pay the last people anymore. You know how that goes.
Maybe
they don't want to pay CFO.
Yeah, they want to move on to who is it now? Def Rebel. They fucking stink.
Yeah,
I've never hated a band more than I hate them. And you know what? It's not their fault because they get commissioned to do 8,000 songs at the same time. Like, where do you get the creativity to even?
Hey, Jim Johnston did it for like 30 goddamn years.
You know what? I've had my Santa Claus dream shattered on the Jim Johnston thing recently, and I have found that many of the more memorable Attitude Era themes were actually just, licensed and purchased generic themes that you hear on a commercial and you can find today.
I swear, actually, I know I've heard like the original Hardy Boys theme on like commercials for like MTV shit and stuff like that. Same thing with Hardcore Holly.
There's a lot of them. I didn't know until the other day when Scotty Juhadi wrestled the AW Dark taping or AW a dark match at the AW taping, and he came on to his Too Cool theme, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, "Oh, that's another one that's just a license," and I'm like, "This is breaking my heart." I thought Jim Johnston made all of them.
Damn it!
I still say the craziest one that I found out about when it comes to that kind of stuff was the MJF one. That one is pretty crazy. Like the fact that it's like, I believe it's actually like a YouTube music loop or something like that. So like you could go Google it and it'll be on YouTube and he can like take it wherever he wants to or something like that. I think I can't remember the exact story to it, but that's still pretty crazy what I heard. But the Hardy Boys one, that one when I found that out, dude.
Yeah, it was what? It's sort of like a random commercial.
Yeah, no, it's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of stop and you think about it, and you're like, whoa. But anyways,
that face of Punk. Exactly.
your thoughts right there.
But gentlemen, anything on the Ciampa and Finn Balor match?
If they can find a way to bring back the old theme for the boys there, do it. But I highly doubt it. Also, not to be super like extremely on the dot, but did you guys notice at the end of the match when Ciampa sat up from the pin that Finn Balor also just sat up really fast and acted like he was surprised? It's like he wasn't selling it. He was like just like, okay, I'm sitting up again, kind of thing. Did you notice that?
They did treat it as a little bit of a surprise fluke kind of victory.
But he was just laying like on the mat. He wasn't like rolled up or like on the ropes kind of thing. That's what I was getting at. And I saw that and I was like, you'd think that he'd be a little more sell, but not.
Well, and Gargano was like supposed to go for the leg trip, and he was a little late getting to that.
Okay.
So it made the finish look a little clunky.
Okay, so okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I mean, and this is, I think, well, it's going to, like you were saying, Eduardo, it's going to lead to some future tag title action for DIY down the road. I'm not saying necessarily that they'd win them, just saying that they'd, have a shot and maybe have a feud for it.
But
break them up. The belts.
Finally, with all the weeks that they are working with DIY, finally I see a new way to this team. Now I see a team that maybe they won the tag teams. Maybe the people care more because weeks ago we speak about this team and we were like, why they gonna do with them? So now with all the work with the Miz and all this stuff, now I see more strong this group and the team, and now maybe they will be the next tag team champions.
My money's still on the Creed brothers getting those belts next, but Creed brothers weren't on the show tonight. 3 hours, no Creed brothers.
Night off.
Just now realized that. Yeah, must have the night off. Ivy Nile was in a shot backstage.
Yeah, that's
during the women's tag title, but no Creed brothers. But so moving on through the show, we had Jackie Redmond interviewing the man Becky Lynch backstage. Gotta say, pretty solid promo here from Becky Lynch. This is one of those things where folks could take some notes in showing how a babyface can lose a match clean, but still come out the other side, stronger and looking good.
Who is this announcer lady? Very nice. Never seen her before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jackie Redmond. Oh, I had to make note of the name. That's the only reason I remembered. I don't know if they actually said her name at any point tonight. I had to look it up.
Yeah, because she have a program and CM Punk was the special guest.
Oh, she actually has a television program.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
A
little cross.
Well, I will be doing a little research.
Zip, it is gone. But no, I thought it was a a good promo from her. I thought it was pretty decent. Gentlemen, any thoughts on this promo?
No, I'd say you've kind of taken the words out of my mouth on that one, and that's not because I'm wearing this, but I'm just agreeing with you on that one. Like straight up, steady, straight to the point. And again, like you said, it proves you can still be a babyface, lose, but not get buried, just lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, that was actually straightforward on that one.
We can go with the next thing of the show.
Oh crap! What's next?
All right, come on next. We had Kofi Kingston taking on Ludwig Kaiser in a one-on-one kind of rematch from last week. Kofi still in this gear. Found that on Twitter. Apparently you can buy this. So anybody wants to dress like Kofi, these are going to be flying off the shelves now. Huge, absolutely going to be big business. I hate this gear.
I love the gear.
Oh,
it's
like I
love
get
the
that,
gift.
like he's
For
by
me,
himself right now.
it was something different. I see a more serious Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
what
seriously
it,
getting his ass pulled out of that ring.
what it reminds me of is like what you said before. You're like, it looks like someone stole his gear, and they're just like, here's like a pair of shorts and some boots. Go for it.
Have fun, Kofi.
What it also reminds me of is like when your friend makes a character in like 30 seconds on like create a character and like just give him these and these and let's go. And you're like, I didn't want to put this on my character. I wanted to give him like black trunks or something. Not those.
Yes, it's really. I just this outfit's blowing my mind. It really is. But
with Xavier out, I guess, or busy or wherever he's out, right? Is he injured? Because
he's injured.
They want to give him some time off. He was a little banged up, so I guess he's had some, kind of just sporadic injuries, and they just want to give him a little time off.
I kind of get the vibe that Kofi is just looking to dress in something that isn't New Day gear.
Yeah.
And possibly just doesn't have any because it's been so long. And, but
this or the Jamaican stuff from ECW.
I was gonna say, and at that point, we should bring back the old theme song.
Oh, that would be so great! You should do the accent too.
And so,
might as well, yeah.
I hear them shouting. That's my shit.
Oh man,
there was trouble in paradise.
But yes, oh my god, yeah.
Actually, no, Seth wore those tonight.
You can Google that. That's a weird It's a weird look for Taker.
Wasn't it like he like the pants?
I will take that shorts for the next show.
Oh.
Boom! There they are. Order them up. All right.
Well,
so interestingly enough, the match went to a double count out at 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Had a double count out finish. I'm trying to. When was the last time? I guess actually the last time we had a double count out was Ivar and
your
Big
favorite
Bronson
superstar.
Reed. Which we'll talk
match?
about. We'll talk about Ivar in a little bit. Kofi got a chair thrown at him again.
Wow! Yeah.
Literally, like beamed him in the face with that.
He's going to avoid office chairs for the rest of his life. So after the double count out, Kaiser beat the crap out of Kofi Kingston multiple times. He got pulled away. They calmed him down. He'd run back in and kick the shit out of him a little bit more. They pulled him away. He started up the ramp. He came back down and kicked his head into the stairs. It was a pretty vicious beatdown.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the as per WWE officials, Jamie Noble has officially stated that Ludwig Kaiser is suspended or owes $55,000 for putting hands on a WWE official. Wait for one of those statements to pop up pretty soon.
They should. I like when they do that because it gives a nice layer of realism to it. And honestly, Kofi should probably be off TV until the Royal Rumble.
Not the shorts though; they'll still be on TV somehow.
So the shorts they can have, but like I think that when Ludwig Kaiser's in the ring at the Rumble, that's when you have Kofi come back because like they need to sell this beatdown as being serious.
Not to mention having office chairs being thrown at him, stairs being kicked.
Well, and I think the last time we had a chair thrown at him, he was off TV for a week. So between that and the stairs, it should be at least a couple.
Yeah, let's what is it? The 8th today, let's give it, was it 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Something like that. Yeah. That's how they should do it. Just like sell them, keep them off there for a while. Try and sell it horribly or amazingly.
Well, and after the match, they did, kind of tie it into, real incidents. When he got backstage, he was asked by Redmond for an explanation as to why he continued to attack Kofi after the match. And he said, what do you want from me? Kofi had it coming. He took Vinci's head, so I took his tonight. So they tied it into the, the stiff kick. Triple H,
it's cooking.
You cook, sir. And the thing is, Vinci's fine. Vinci's fine. I think we had that confirmed last week that he was all right. He wasn't concussed or anything. But they used that in tonight's story, and it's, I don't know. I thought it was done well.
I didn't expect anything for this. I was like, okay, there's a match between Kofi and what's the name of this?
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Yeah.
Ludwig.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig.
And they surprised me. They surprised me with the match, with this aggressive way of Kaiser. I love this new wave of Kaiser, and I love seeing no losing a match. And also, I love this. I mean, maybe just for me, but this Kofi Kingston was different for me, more aggressive, more maybe the shorts. I don't know, but
The shorts bring the aggression out of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They make me aggressive, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I love this little new story, and yeah, I think that Kofi will return till the Royal Rumble.
I will say this only because when you see it, it always happens. But all the times you see Kaiser touch his hair after he fights somebody, or he gets knocked down, he'll stop. Yeah, he'll stop and be like, and then do something. Yeah, it'd be like if me and Tyler, after having a quick minute of talking, be like,
We should.
Yeah, every time just be like, and then Eduardo adjusts his hat or does his glasses. It's like to quote like, "Por qué? Why? What the?" Like the one time I saw Ludwig actually fell, and he's like,
"Hey, he likes to keep it straight. He likes to keep a solid Dougal in there." But so moving on, we had Cole interviewing Nia Jax in the middle of the ring. She was quickly interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and we have to talk. Yeah, thank God, because Jax is not good on the mic. But we have to acknowledge and talk about the massive babyface pop that Rhea Ripley got when her music hit.
That was ridiculously bad.
The Judgment Day are heels. Dom's the biggest heel in the industry, but Rhea is a face, and she is a star.
Huge.
So, what do you think? Is it going to be her and Jax at WrestleMania?
I hope not.
I hope not.
I'll pay them to keep that off the card.
But now I'm thinking that maybe Nia will win the Rumble.
And she said if she wins the Rumble, she's going to go after Rhea.
Because she have a lot of time on TV. So
yeah. Well, it's like we said. We say this every week, or we bring it up every week. They brought Nia Jax back for a specific reason.
I was just thinking,
and that was to put somebody over. And I mean, I think Rhea, honestly, I already think she's at that kind of level where she doesn't really need that sort of win. But if that's the plan for it, so be it. Or God forbid, you don't think they would book Nia Jax to beat Rhea Ripley?
Maybe, and I know that she's
Hunter
not
will
close.
Be mad. We'll be mad, Hunter.
She's not close, but maybe they want to do the Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan.
The best, I can't remember how many episodes ago we brought this up, but I'll bring it up again because it's appropriate. Is why do I feel like Nia is going to be in the Rumble? Oh, Orange! What in the world?
Hey, it's me, Face.
Little Nick Jr. reference.
Okay, that first one, the first time cut me off guard. Oh, where was I? Yeah. Why do I feel like? Yeah, the theory is true that she is brought back to put somebody over, literally and figuratively. Why do I feel like it's gonna be like you said, like Jade Cargill if she debuts?
Well, now, do you think they could have Nia and Rhea at Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, maybe.
I think they would try and go bigger with her at the Chamber. Like they would try and do like, oh, she's gonna be put over as a monster face. Let's put her with like Nia and some other woman, and then one of them take the pin.
I mean, Nia's definitely going to get booed. So,
okay. I don't know who found this picture.
I found this on Twitter. This is from a while ago because that kid is decked out in Zack Ryder gear.
Woo. Yeah.
Matt Cardona. But yeah, it's true. Nia. One of the greatest theme songs of that era.
Yeah.
Do we see that theme song's almost like cocky, but like a good kind of cocky?
It was fantastic.
Oh, it was so good. But why can't we have one of those again?
I like to sing with the rain.
So good.
You have to have that like the 80s attitude, like Eduardo was doing. Like,
it's very Corey Hart, sounding. But
sunglasses at night.
That theme song is more important than Nia Jax. Yeah.
Oh, it so is. Oh my God.
All right, then we're moving on. We had a quick video package of.
Oh my god!
We had
Go on.
I mean, it probably will be an elimination chamber if they do a solo match with the
Yeah,
two of them.
maybe.
But
We know we know who's going over though easily. We know
the
if they do that.
Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. Which, by the way, I have to. I think this every time, and I might be the only one. Maybe other people out there in Streamerland remember this. But every time they call her the Eradicator, I think of the character from the sketch comedy Gold Mine that was Kids in the Hall, Canadian series.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you calling up on my side on that one?
Yeah. It was a Dave Foley character. He like played racquetball and wore a ski mask and shouted, "I'm the Eradicator." But anyway, it's
On
real.
The original series, not the new one either. Because there's like a new release version or something like that.
I didn't. You know what? I'm John. I'm putting a picture of Eradicator in the group chat. This is real because no one's going to believe me anyway. But Kids in the Hall was a great show. But I digress. But yeah, Eradicator every time, racquetball, ski mask. This is what I think of.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that one.
Caesar, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
no. So I'm just letting you have your moment. I'm like, no. I grew up with that, but I also grew up with the other comedy special.
There we are. Thank you, John. Thank you. Eradicator every time. Rhea, I'm sorry.
She's gonna wear that mask at
Eradicator. Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna wear that mask at in Perth. I mean,
Eradicator.
It's Eradicator 3-way.
Whoa.
Not like that. No. Calm down. All right. So moving on, we had a quick video package that highlighted the Rock and Jinder Mahal encounter from last week. Interestingly enough, they really didn't show a lot of Jinder's portion of the promo. It was just kind of him screaming in Punjabi and then Rock coming out. They didn't really go into it, which was probably for the best because I don't think anyone wanted to sit through that promo again. By the way, if you hear growling in the background, two of my cats are currently fighting to my right. So
are we taking bets?
That match is more important than Nia Jax.
Oh my god, he's not wrong. Oh my god, he's not wrong.
Kick her ass, Zelda. Yeah, right now Zelda and Ziggy are squaring off over there.
Live on pay-per-view next week.
Right. In a better match than Nia Jax would have.
Oh, I can't do this.
Eduardo is. I didn't know that Eduardo was this anti Nia Jax. I had no idea.
He's got a fan club started.
Sometime.
That's his son. He just brought to the event and gave to some kid.
But so moving on, we had a quick backstage interview segment with Cody about his match with Nakamura. They had an altercation. Yeah. They had an altercation, and this is why they made it a street fight later in the night. But this led into Caden Carter and Katana Chance defending their tag team championships against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
You can't say it that way.
I know. I'm so angry about it. Like
it's just Chelsea Green.
Yeah, it's Chelsea Green.
No joke. My fiance commented tonight about them saying it normally, and she asked why, and I'm just like, I don't know. Someone in management said she had to say it normal. Like, it's stupid. Anyway. But Carter and Chance retained the titles in 10 minutes. Pretty solid match. I really do like the team of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I think it's fun. The little backstage segment of them warming up before the match was hysterical. Niven's super aggressive and Piper's just dodging Niven as she's, warming up. They work well together.
They're really funny. Like I said weeks ago, the division needs Chelsea Green, and the champions now needs Chelsea Green. And finally, we have time for the women's tag team champions and tag team matches. So I'm very happy with this, and I want to see more, not just for Piper and Chelsea, all the tag team that
Mhm.
was in the background watching the match.
I won't lie. It is pretty sweet to see that, like the good word was saying, they're getting more TV time. The one thing that was pretty sweet to see is their, I guess you could say, like, to kind of quote you, Tyler, is their tandem offense. That move they do, the keg stand, that's
Yeah.
pretty freaking gnarly. Holy crap. Like, it's not something you see every day in current wrestling. It's usually just,
No.
here's the quick power bomb into this or clothesline to that. And it's now with that one, it's like, she's gonna pick her up, spin her around, throw her down. Like,
And they do a few really cool tandem moves. And
yeah.
anytime I see like slick tandem moves from smaller wrestlers, my mind immediately goes to the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. And that's not a bad tag team to be compared to.
No,
You know, and they're both young, they're both fairly new in their careers here. There could be a lot of upward mobility for them, both as a tag team and maybe separately. But I'm all for teams actually being teams for their entire career. I think there's no shame in a tag team being a tag team for the entirety of their run.
Let Hunter cook on this one. Let Hunter cook.
But yeah, they've got some great tandem offense for sure. Also, Chelsea Green hit a Rough Rider tonight, and they actually called it that. I swear Michael Cole hesitated, though. He was like, Chelsea Green with a Rough Rider. But they actually called it that. I thought that was great because, as I'm sure everyone out there knows, she's, married to Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder.
Long
Island. And we're canceled. Long
Island IC.
Okay. I got one for you guys because I don't recall what match it's from, but it does kind of apply to everything. Does Michael Cole mention someone being champion too many times during a match? There was some match that he was like, "Oh, this person was formerly a WWE champion," or this person. I'm like, we heard you the first 35 times, bro. Like,
hey, I'm not sure who's in his ear now. Before it would have been Vince. I imagine it would be Hunter. In his ear telling him what to say. So for the most part, I mean, if he's, repeating something that heavily, I always assume that he's being told to,
maybe it's so burned into his big head from all the years of abuse. I mean, of Vince in his ears. So that could be it. But
I mean, that absolutely could be it. But good match though. Enjoyed it. Carter and Chance win clean. Will be, setting up for future. Yep. I look forward to a rejuvenation for the women's tag team division. I think there's a lot of good matches on the horizon for the division. But anything else on this match, gentlemen?
No, we basically covered everything. The fact that, or what was that one move that Piper had a miscue instead of hitting Katana?
The end of the match was a little stupid for me, but okay.
I was gonna say that move that Piper was gonna hit on, I think it was Katana, but instead they pulled her out of the ring and then she hit Chelsea with it. Oh, I don't care who you are. That just seems brutal.
Impact.
No, that's what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
Like I said, doesn't matter if you're small or big. Doesn't matter. This thing goes up, come down, splash, done. That seems, I don't know. Anyways,
we had one of what I think was one of my personal highlights of the evening, a video package on R-Truth talking about. Yeah. Look at this. God, this I don't know who's coming up with all this. If how much input R-Truth has on it, but my God, these have been brilliant.
I hope he has
that might be my favorite one. Just the recreation of the old Judgment Day poster. It's fantastic. But talked about how he was always destined to be a member of the Judgment Day, and
from when he was a baby. Don't forget that.
Yeah, he's there. He was there for everything. He was there for every major step of Judgment Day.
This is literally how comic books work. They just stick your character. He's always been there. Don't worry about it. This is called a retcon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That was great.
Oh God.
I
But,
love I love Truth now on. Well, he's not in the Judgment Day, but now the Judgment Day finally is more funny than he ever was. And the only problem for me with the group is now I seem like their faces. I can't see it like a true heels.
it's they've got an interesting dynamic in so much as Dominic Mysterio is the most booed man in the company, possibly in professional wrestling. Damian Priest is booed. Finn Balor, people love Finn Balor, but I think they boo him because they respect that's what he's, trying to do with the
Yeah.
character. And Rhea gets cheered and JD gets booed. R-Truth gets cheered. They've got a weird dynamic in terms of, face and heel. The group are heels overall. But, like I said, but that babyface pop that Rhea got was undeniable.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, you know. Oh,
He looks just like
nice
Farquaad.
haircut.
I hate that picture because it's so true.
McDonough, I'm sorry. Hell of a
Yeah.
wrestler. Fantastic talent.
When's the next
But,
Shrek movie coming out?
Oh, by the way, in that R-Truth video package, he referred to Dominic as Dom and Nick. He's like, and I never met Nick. Which I love R-Truth. R-Truth.
2024.
Yeah.
We're meeting Nick. 2024. We're meeting Nick.
It's gonna be like little Jimmy.
WWE Royal Rumble debut, number 25.
But absolutely
actually,
fantastic.
I actually got one here for you guys that I was thinking about after I'd relieve my foot of cramping seriously badly. My question to you guys is, who gets booed harder now, Dom and Nick or Reigns? Hey,
No,
we gotta clarify. We gotta
Dom,
clarify.
Dom
We
and
gotta
Nick.
clarify.
Dom and
Dom
Nick.
and Nick.
Yeah. Tyler
Dom
gets
and
it.
Nick. Like a
Not
Voltron.
Dominic. It's Dom and Nick, not Dominic.
Dom and Nick. But the thing with Dom and Nick, I
can't say it
think
without
is
laughing.
it's not. He was more hit months ago. Now I think it's more like we all do this. We all the fans boo whatever the arena Dominic is. So now they're gonna do it, and I prefer that they're booing because he's doing a great job as a heel. I'm not saying that he's not doing a great job as a heel, but he's not now in a big heel story like he was with
No.
his father.
I understand. You're saying that the audience is booing him because it's part of the show. It's part of
Mhm.
what you do. It's like singing Seth Rollins' song.
Yes.
It's when you're there
that's
and
my
in the
point.
moment, it's one of those almost mob mentality things. It's fun. It's exciting. Like
So when you say he's the best heel right now, I think he was the best heel months ago. Now I don't think so.
see, right now he's just kind of coasting. They need to do something to actually get the heat back on Dom.
Yes, because he's
Where's it?
great.
Where's his dad?
Well, and and they actually, Eduardo, that's a good point because they do need to get some heat back on Dom because he's going to be split away from Rhea Ripley at some point. And I think it's going to be sooner rather than later because she's already getting babyface pops. They're going to have to turn her face and get her away from
I
Judgment
think
Day.
they can do the same thing that they did with Eddie.
Really?
With Dom cheating Rhea. All the people loves Rhea, and of course Dom have
So
more heat.
you're telling me Dom gets a new mommy.
Yeah.
Nia
Or
Jax.
two
Nia
moms.
Jax.
Oh,
Nia
Nia
Jax.
Jax.
Nia Jax.
Oh.
My
The
God.
world would hate him so fucking much if he left Rhea Ripley for Nia Jax.
And Nia won the belt as well.
Oh my God. Oh, turns on Rhea custom. Guys,
Hunter,
That's great.
Hunter, hire us. Give us Rumble
Yeah.
tickets right now. Bring John
That's
too.
a great idea.
I'm not saying let us cook. Just let us stand in the kitchen at the very least, But moving on, we Hunter, Chef Hunter, Chef. But going on, we had JD McDonough, Farquaad, with Dom Mysterio out there taking
Dom
on
and Nick.
Don't do that.
Dom and Nick. JD McDonough with Dom and Nick.
He brought back
taking
up. He
on
brought two
The
people.
Miz. He did. He brought two with him. The Miz picked up the win here in 12 minutes. Holy hell, JD McDonough could not get a win. I thought for sure McDonough was going to win this tonight, but Miz got the victory. What did you think of the match?
I can't take JD seriously at times when he comes to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the Farquaad reference or it's just the way he comes to the ring. It's just I don't understand what it is.
Well, and I am saying with complete certainty that JD McDonough is without question far tougher than I have been, or ever will be. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to fight the dude. But I'm going to say this. I have a hard time buying him as a tough guy.
That's what I'm saying.
And honestly, I feel the same way with Finn Balor to an extent.
Like
because
that
Finn
look.
just seems like such a happy dude. Like, I buy Dom as
Finn's too hot. Finn's too hot. I'm just going to say it. I got no problem with that.
He has 42 abs. 42 abs. It's wild. You can grate cheese on that man.
Oh my
I've heard they've done it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What I know about Finn Balor is sick abs, super hot, and loves Lego.
He lifts weights and he plays with Lego. Ladies line up.
He loves Lego. Hey, Lego's awesome.
No, I do agree.
Lego,
I'm not just Lego. What? Can you imagine that? Goes to the gym and plays with Legos after.
And he's Mexican also.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's new.
He is.
Oh.
He has a very hot Mexican wife. She is beautiful.
Yes.
He's as beautiful as he is. That's a big deal because he's a very beautiful man. So if you get somebody as beautiful as you at that level, that's something that should be pointed out and on your Wikipedia page.
No, when it says
somebody add it. When
it says personal life on Wikipedia, take out the whole explanation and put has a hot wife. That's it.
Well, wasn't that part of Carl Anderson's gimmick for a while?
Yeah, I have a hot Japanese wife.
Yeah, well, that's very different because I just feel like Finn Balor is a very gorgeous person, and we have to admire it when a gorgeous person finds another one that's compatible with them. It's like
no disrespect,
lions.
No disrespect to Machine Gun Carl Anderson. No disrespect.
It's like Lego. It's like Lego pieces. They just click.
Oh.
That's beautiful, actually.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would just wonder this.
Love Judgment Jay.
No, it's. No, like our truth did it. He's like,
how was the yeah?
There it is.
Life, love, and love.
Live, laugh, love.
Also, this is a weird thing to point out there since we're talking about Finn Balor's attractiveness. Have you ever seen him without a beard? I don't think I've seen him without a beard.
For quite a little while, actually.
Yeah.
I first started watching him. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember him more without the beard than with the beard. This is like a new version of him. This is like old man Finn. Old man Finn has the beard.
I think he grew the beard because he's a heel.
Because he was a heel, yeah.
That's what you do. I got a beard now. Like,
yeah.
His wife told me.
As you're right, the whole first couple years in WWE was beardless.
Like this is completely random, but that now what would be viewed as very inappropriate. Nation of Domination segment that DX did back in the day.
Oh, no.
Where they had Jason Sensation portraying Owen Hart.
Yeah.
One of the things he said was, I tried to be a tough guy, but I couldn't get my damn beard to grow in. Like, it's true. It's what you do as a heel. You grow facial hair.
You are a heel.
No. It's I guess it is. Just threw myself under the bus there. Right? Oh my god, I'm the only bearded guy on this show. Oh,
he's the only short-haired guy on the show.
Don't let any steel chairs around that guy, and don't let him behind you.
I hate when he chimes
back rake, 1980s heel. But
my
yeah, but
gosh.
anyway, but again, shockingly, The Miz gets a victory early in the year. So yeah, this was wild. R-Truth was leading cheers for the Judgment Day, but it was getting cheers for The Miz. He raised The Miz's hand after. I don't know what's going on. I feel like R-Truth is living in like 4 different realities at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
R-Truth.
I love this new reunion of the Awesome Truth. Maybe
Yeah.
in some point, they can be tag team champions.
Hey, any possibility that's who
With
takes the
Truth,
tag titles from Judgment Day?
can happen everything.
It's true. Any chance you think that they would have Miz and R-Truth take the tag titles off of Judgment Day?
Yeah.
That would upset Dominic though.
Dom and Nick would both be very pissed off about that. But anything else on the Miz and JD McDonough match, gentlemen?
The only thing I want to say, I think it was like a live show match. You know, they of course the Miz was too with the fans, with the crowd, with the people cheering and booing everything. So that's something like they do a lot of the live shows. But
the one
You know,
thing I will say,
it did feel very like house show non televised thing, which I
Mhm.
like that though. It was fun. You don't get to see that on TV a lot.
we need that X factor that someone goes, okay, this is weird. Let's keep an eye on it. No, what I was gonna say a minute ago before I got into it, I noticed that out of the blue, the crowd started going completely loco, and everyone's like, "Why are they going crazy? What's going on?" And they cut to the bottom of the ring, and R-Truth came out of nowhere and put his arm around Dom, and he's like cheering on the match. It was, again, to quote Tyler, R-Truth's a damn national treasure. Honestly, I don't care who you are. If you say no, you go away.
No,
That's all I've got.
If you don't like R-Truth, you don't have joy. You don't understand happiness. Like
That
R-Truth is just.
I don't know one person that doesn't like Truth.
Seriously, I don't know if I've ever met a wrestling fan in my life out there. If anybody out there is watching, if you don't
I
like
want
R-Truth,
a T-shirt with this. I want a T-shirt with this.
They need to make that. That's bloody fantastic.
You know, it'd be actually really funny to see them do in 2024 while he's doing R-Truth is him get a belt, not an actual sanctioned belt, like just like out of like the shop at the arena, and walk around and be like, I am the WWE champion, where he's carrying like a random like a tag belt or like whatever kind of belts, and just be like R-Truth to be like, I'm champion. It's like, Truth, that's from the store up front. And he'll be like, oh, my bad. And it's like, it's typical R-Truth, but we'd still get behind it is the sad part.
I will get behind anything R-Truth does. Anything.
I know.
Love him to death.
All right, let's get into
well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I saw that picture earlier. I was crying.
We are getting there now. But before we get into the meat party,
big meaty men,
as the big meaty men slapping meat, we had Seth freaking Rollins make his way to the ring to talk to the folks at home and in the audience there in the building, and he was quickly interrupted by the modern day Maharaja.
Holy shit!
Jinder Mahal. Holy shit! So apparently, I showed you my Maharaja. Why haven't you replied? So apparently, getting the crap kicked out of you and talked down to by The Rock puts you at the top of the food chain in terms of getting a world heavyweight title shot.
I'll be right back. I'll do it now.
So that's where we're at. So they did announce tonight that next week we will have Seth Rollins taking on Jinder Mahal for the World Heavyweight Championship in 2024.
Man, this is weird.
Yeah, this is a throwback. Run it back. We've done this before.
Why is he biting his lip in the picture?
That's a great question. He really looks like he is. That is that ain't great.
You guys can't see us right now. But
But
I can't get
Jinder
past that.
looks great in that match card.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I'm sorry, but I love Jinder. I'm sorry. I have to say it. I love Jinder. So for me, this is funny. I know he will do anything, but for me, it's funny. You know, it's Jinder
and
Mahal.
maybe this is the thing. They were like, look, The Rock is going to, beat you
Destroy
down. He's going to absolutely destroy you on the mic and
Key.
in the ring. But we'll tell you, that's Ziggy back there. But in exchange, we'll let you do this world title program with Seth, and you guys can have a good match. I'll say this, I make a lot of jokes at Jinder Mahal's expense, but no, he is a good wrestler.
And a great worker.
He's a great worker. He's got a great character. His ring psychology is incredibly solid. And, when I was in New Orleans for WrestleMania 30, he's one of the dudes I ran into walking around Bourbon Street. He's a really nice guy, too. So, I'll say that, we make a lot of jokes at Jinder's expense, but I am not one that would ever want to hinder Jinder. But I will say, where is Indashir? They're just gone again.
Didn't they get released or something like that? I could have sworn.
What?
I saw
No.
no, not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. I thought
They are
I saw
in the
someone-
freezer.
No,
They
I
are
mean,
in the freezer.
no, I thought I saw somewhere that someone was like, "Oh, these 300 or something superstar were released in the past 2 years," and one of those guys were in there.
They were on TV a few weeks ago.
I could be wrong.
Well,
I'll see
Caesar, when was and you know how much I hated the name, the tag team turmoil match?
Ugh.
They were in that. They were in the turmoil match.
So that was October, November. So
oh wow, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Priest going to cash in. So next week, we do have a world. Every time we have a world heavyweight title match, I say Priest is going to cash in. So you know what, sir? Yes, I say Priest cashes in next week. I still maintain this belt has to be off of Seth Rollins before they really get rolling with the CM Punk feud. I don't think that belt's going to be on the line at WrestleMania for them. It's all speculation on my part, but every week I say. So yes, I say next week Damian Priest cashes in.
But doesn't win.
You don't think he wins?
But the way if you look at it, right, it's cool if he wins, but it's where do you go from there? Because that's the next thing you gotta ask. But I know, obviously.
Well, okay, if Damian Priest does cash in, he would have to cash in on Seth Rollins. So Seth would have to retain the belt, and then Priest cash in. Because if Priest were to cash in on Jinder Mahal, he would be cheered.
Is that what they're trying to go for?
No. I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Do you think that Damian Priest would work better as a face?
Yes.
Maybe they're testing the water.
Eduardo, no hesitation. And so, why do you think so? Why do you think he would work better as a face?
I remember the face turn. The face part of Damian when he began in the main roster, and I think he was cool. He was doing a great job, of course, with all the Latin American community, of course, with Bad Bunny and all that stuff. Yeah, so I think he does a great job as a face and also as a heel. But I prefer
I remember that.
I prefer Damian Priest as a face, and yeah, that's my point. I remember WrestleMania 37. Was 37 when he had the match with Bad Bunny, and I agree he's a great face.
Yeah,
like I said, it's so okay. Let's just say this is a week ahead, right? They have the match, and Seth versus another one, right? Seth versus Jinder goes over, and say, who would Damian benefit more from pinning, Seth or Jinder? Because you almost
did you really ask that did you really come onto this internet in front of these people and ask that question with a serious
Heath Slater.
face?
The answer is Heath Slater.
Absolutely. I can't believe you right now.
That will be a very good surprise if Jinder wins the title and they cash in.
Well, because they did that before with Jinder, and it was what was it, SmackDown when he beat Randy Orton as well. and the whole
Yes.
place went down and like started freaking out.
Yeah.
So, but again, I still like your idea. Is like, what if we try to do a face turn? And Eduardo's fully supporting.
I
that
mean,
one.
No,
So
but no, I don't think Damien needs Jinder. They have truth. They have the golden truth. So if they want to make Damien Priest face, they just need to make more the relationship between truth and like I will support truth because he's a great guy, you know. And now he changed into face.
It's the Sami Zayn Jimmy J Uso thing, pretty much. But I mean, that's not a bad thing. It works. It works as long as it doesn't feel the same. You know?
right.
That would be interesting. Treating the whole faction face. Be different.
I think just Damien.
Just and mommy. Apparently, it sounds like.
I mean, I honestly, she's already getting the cheers and the pops. She's pretty much face as is.
And the fanboying. Don't forget that too.
So for you, Damien goes to WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Mm,
I don't know who he would fight. I don't know
that's
who
what
would wrestle.
that's what I can't process. Is like it's easy to say that, but it's like if you cook, but who do you put in those two spots? Priest versus insert name, right? If you do it with like Rollins, it's like who insert list of names you could
Right.
put.
I
Punk.
think in the end, we think he will cash in and whatever, and in the end, Damien Priest and Finn Balor will have just a match of a tag team championship. You know,
That's. I mean, I guess you could if Priest goes over and gets the belt, that could create a wedge between him and Balor.
Right.
So I don't. Well, there's like 100 ways you could go about this. Like we could
Right,
literally be
there
here
is.
till like tomorrow.
Mhm.
But we will we'll keep plodding through the card here. So next we had big meaty men slapping meat was Otis with Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree at his side, taking on Ivar of the
Woo!
Viking Raiders.
Don't sound so excited.
It's 2024.
I don't have nothing to say. The week later that I know that Tyler hates Ivar, I tried to support Ivar, but I don't know.
He's a good wrestler. It's a crappy gimmick. It's not his fault. And by the way, this had my favorite just terrible thing that Wade Barrett said on commentary tonight, because I feel like every week I find one absurd thing that Wade Barrett says, and I like to point it out. He said this is the first meat party of 2024, and he proclaimed that meat parties are a thing and that you can Google it. Don't.
Let's go.
No,
I'll be right back.
We're not. I don't know if this stream's going to permit the sort of things that meat party.
No, you just gotta say it properly. Instead of you saying meat party, like
Josh said he fell asleep during the match. Yeah, it wasn't an exciting match, you know. And I like Otis. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder if the bloom is falling off of the Alpha Academy Rose. Like Otis really didn't seem to get the kind of reaction that he was getting, you know, even just a few weeks ago.
Maybe it's because
I'm watching the photos of the mid party.
Ugh, that just sounds bad.
Yeah.
Top 10 things you don't want to admit out loud is right there. That's one of them.
No.
You just got to throw that. You just got to throw that exaggerated voice where it's like meat party.
Yeah.
Big meat party. I can't.
Big meaty men slapping meat. I miss Biggie. That's,
what is this, like,
I always think of Biggie when I hear that.
Oh, imagine Royal Rumble, like number like 24 or something like that, and he comes out. That place will blow up.
Well, hell, think of with you know the Ludwig and Kofi Kingston issue that's going on. You know that if all of New Day were healthy, that could be leading to one hell of a 6-man situation with Imperium.
Big E becomes the new IC champ.
That'd be wicked in a different world. In a different world. I don't know. I keep hearing mixed things on Big E about whether or not he'd be able to come back or not.
The one thing that we do know is for sure is he's actually able to function. That's a really good thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
But Ivar picks up the win here in 4 minutes with his moonsault that he does. I mean, it was heavy hitting, meaty match. 4 minutes. It felt like 12.
Forever.
I don't know I don't know what's the problem of Hunter with Ivar. Every single week we have a match, a random wrestlers comes out, and every single week Tyler goes with that comment, you know.
It's like almost like Hunter's watching and he's like, I hear Tyler hates this. That's
We had a week without Ivar. Ivar wasn't on last week.
He wasn't on the last week.
I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh, he's got a point. Actually, he wasn't.
I don't think he was. Day one was Ivar free.
The Viking ship crashed. That's what happened.
He wasn't there. He couldn't make it to day one.
And Bronson Reed also. He was not on the Today Show. No.
He was in a backstage segment.
Oh, okay.
Actually, in the backstage segment that is coming up next, it was Jey Uso was being interviewed backstage, and Bronson Reed approached him after Jey Uso referred to it as, Happy New Yeet.
Oh my god, that
shirt. The blurry Yeet shirt, it makes my eyes unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for it. Do not care for it at all.
Mm-mm.
So it looks like we're going to have a program with Bronson Reed and Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
He sells good, so.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is it's another program that Bronson Reed is going to lose.
Yeah.
Like Bronson Reed, kind of like Nakamura, does not win.
Do you think I don't know his background, but do you think he's a better wrestler than Ivar?
I don't know. They have a similar style, but if I'm not exactly sure of their ages, but I would say that Bronson Reed's a little bit younger than Ivar.
Yeah.
I don't know. They both move really, really well for guys their size, but right now I'd have to say Bronson Reed, and a lot of that has to do with character. Like I've said, like the Viking Raiders, when they were in Ring of Honor and NXT before they were saddled with this god awful gimmick, like they're both fantastic wrestlers. But like I'd say right now, like if I had to pick Ivar or Bronson Reed to be booked in a match, I'd pick Bronson Reed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that his promos are more convincing right now. And again, a lot of that has to do with the goofy ass Viking shtick that Ivar has to do. I just think it's so over the top and unbelievable that I can't take anything seriously that he says. But when Bronson Reed makes a threat, I'm going to believe it.
I'm gonna run away screaming because I don't want.
I wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to fight either of them. But like,
what about the crowd when Bronson Reed appears on that promo? How the crowd was happy or something, or
he doesn't get a huge reaction.
He gets a reaction, but yeah, that's it. It's like cool. He's here. Congrats.
Well, they've kind of. They've
Cool.
kind of had, a lot of start and stop with Bronson Reed since he's been on the main roster, where they'll start to put some fire behind him. He'll get into a program and then
fall off the earth.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. It's not helpful to anybody there, But that brings us around through the main event of tonight's show. Now, Eduardo, we didn't have you on last week, but as we talked about, The Rock came back last week. Did you have any thoughts on The Rock's return and what that could mean going forward, and how his promo was and things of that nature?
I saw a very heavy Rock. He just did the people's elbow. He was like, So I don't know if he can have a great match and a long match, but he's a Rock, and he doesn't need a lot of movements to do a great moment, no. And also with Roman Reigns, but I was like, we don't understand that the Rock is getting old,
Mm-hmm.
Is he like in his 50s? I'm pretty sure he's in his 50s.
I guess. And another thing, I don't want the match, because of course they will do the match between Roman and The Rock, but I don't want to see that match on the Elimination Chamber.
He is 51, and the Elimination Chamber is definitely where that thing is happening.
I don't want to see the match there.
Let the people of Australia have that. This is a new WWE. I have to say this because there's a lot of people that feel that way, but this is not Elimination Chamber 2019. Like, this Elimination Chamber is like Crown Jewel. This is like WrestleMania.
At the end is Elimination Chamber.
It doesn't make it. It's still a stadium with 60,000, like an open air stadium, giant arena. If you were playing WWE 2K, you had to pick large for this arena. Like, if you were trying to make this, you have to, you have to pick the WrestleMania size arena. This is happening in front of a WrestleMania size crowd in a special place in another country, in Australia. That's like a big ass deal. Those Crown Jewel shows used to feel weird because they had like all these WrestleMania budget, but it felt non-canon. Mm-hmm. Now these B shows are getting that same kind of Crown Jewel budget, that WrestleMania budget, pyro and all that, but it's Elimination Chamber. So I think they do have to make an effort to do that, and they need to do this all the time. They need to do this when they go to France, if they go back to Puerto Rico, if they ever finally do a pay-per-view in Mexico. They need to bring a big WrestleMania size main event every time. And that's that's how I think. The Rock?
Yeah.
When the government has a little bit of power in these shows. That's a little crazy.
Allegedly,
no, this is straight up proven, like with factual information that you can look up yourself. They asked, is it possible? And WWE's response was actually redacted. You can't read that. So it's interesting how much power the government actually has, because they're paying for these shows now. It's not like WWE's paying the arena to show up. The government is paying WWE $1 million to come. And they're like, you better bring John Cena. You better bring Roman Reigns. I'm paying you all this money. You better bring The Rock. It's a new world. This is a new WWE.
I agree. It was like, this was a piece that I also put up over on the Pro Wrestling Hipster page, but a little bit of armchair booking. But John, I'm with you. I think that the Rock and Roman Reigns match is going to happen at Elimination Chamber. I think that Cody Rhodes will still be the winner of the Royal Rumble. The way I'd like to see it break down is to have The Rock on TV several times going forward. If he's going to be building a feud with Roman Reigns, he needs to be physically present. I think he actually, he can't be a satellite. He can't call it in. He has to, be there. Actually, it's just early in the morning. He's in the gym at 3 a.m. He's a busy guy. He stays rolling, but he needs to be present there. I think he should announce that he's going to be in the Rumble. At that point, you would have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, The Rock. It would be undoubtedly one of the bigger Rumbles in recent years. I think it would be one of the more unpredictable Rumbles in recent years. And I think you have it come down to Cody and The Rock. Cody wins. Rock re-enters the ring. They do the whole, stare down, handshake thing. Rock puts Cody over. Cody goes on to wrestle Roman at WrestleMania, and you do Roman and Rock at Elimination Chamber.
Okay, but
He's
1999 WWF, The Rock wins the Royal Rumble and it fucks everybody's head up, and then he cashes in Australia anyway. That's absolutely. I would do that for the last, just to have Cody thrown over the top and just to break people's hearts for like 30 days. Like he'll win at Elimination Chamber or something, but he's getting tossed over that top rope because he's not winning this Royal Rumble 2 times in a row. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm throwing his ass right over the top, and we'll swerve everybody into a match at Elimination Chamber anyway.
If Cody were to win, that would make him the 3rd person to win back-to-back Rumbles.
Is it Shawn Michaels?
Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin.
Yeah. And then
Hulk
Cody.
Hogan.
And then if they mean to make Cody like the next guy, like he's meant it's apparent to me that he's not just meant to be like Seth Rollins. You know, like he's meant to be like the next John Cena.
He's John Cena. He's Hulk Hogan.
Like, he's Hulk Hogan, exactly. He's Roman Reigns. He's
the generational babyface.
It wouldn't be such a bad thing for him to win twice in a row. But I like to do things for fun. Like I'm a chaos person. I'll throw his ass over the top right at the end. Like holy shit, what just happened?
Bitch.
Well, and that's another reason why I think the Rock and Roman Reigns match has to happen at Elimination Chamber as opposed to Mania. Because if it happens at Mania, yeah, you could do it like night 1 and then do Cody Roman night 2. But CM Punk is going to lose his mind if he is knocked out of a main event spot because of The Rock again.
So, Eduardo, you don't want to see the Cody Roman match at WrestleMania over the Rock Roman match?
Look. I understand the point. I truly understand the point, but in my heart, at the end of the day, it's a big arena, but it's Elimination Chamber. It's not WrestleMania. And another thing, I'm going to WrestleMania. I don't go to the Elimination Chamber. So I want to see The Rock against Roman Reigns.
They have 2 nights too. You know, they have 2 nights. They could always do like a
no
double main event, like Roman Reigns and The Rock.
I'm happy.
Night 1.
I'm happy to see the end of this head of the table thing, and Cody wins the title. I'm happy to see that thing. You know, it's something, a great deal. But I was hoping that to see The Rock. Not every year we can see The Rock. So
that's
true.
Very true. If you never, I've only ever got to see him wrestle one time. And 2013, he wrestled John Cena, the second match. And it wasn't even like the first one, but I got to see him one time. And I was like, I don't care. This was a dumb booking idea, but I don't care. I'm here. And they screwed CM Punk, but I don't care. It's The Rock. He's here.
It's The Rock. But I think even if they have the match at the Elimination Chamber, The Rock will appear in WrestleMania for something, a promo. I don't know.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. I think he has to.
Yeah.
He's too close. Go to WrestleMania.
He's already here. You've already been on television.
Yeah,
it's 2 minutes. You go out there, set something on fire, like he does. Pin somebody in 30 seconds. I don't know. Do your Dwayne thing.
Yeah, the Dwayne thing. Just he'll just walk out there and knock the shit out of like Grayson Waller, and that'll be it.
Once in a life chance to see a match with The Rock at WrestleMania.
I've never gotten to see Stone Cold. That's hard. I've never gotten to see a Stone Cold match. I've never gotten to see a Shawn Michaels match.
So, John, I think I'm pretty sure I'd have to really analyze the shows I've been to over the years. But I think the only time I saw Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels wrestle, I know Shawn Michaels for certain. It was a Raw in Huntington, West Virginia in June of '97 when Austin and Shawn Michaels were the tag champs.
Shit!
Wow.
They wrestled. They wrestled LOD.
That's awesome. What the hell?
Yeah.
He said it like it was gonna be some small thing. It's like Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels wrestled Hawk and Animal. Like, oh my god, that's incredible.
No, the main event,
and
of
he was
Raw,
like, "It's nothing, you know.
It's just something, you know.
I like to play it that way. If you play it low and then build it up. Yeah, that was the first show I ever went to as a kid. I was like 12 years old.
A great show.
Yeah. The main event was Undertaker and Sid.
That's incredible. What the fuck was this? What day was this?
It was like June. I want to say like 27th or like 24th in like 97. I think it was like June of
so
97 though.
they were heading towards SummerSlam.
I don't have the
100%.
experience, of course, but I want to know of a truly person that go in that time. How was the energy, the feeling in that time compared to with now the shows, of course?
I will say it was wild. I went to a couple WWF shows in that era. I got to go to more WCW shows because I lived in Charleston, West Virginia at the time.
That's really cool.
And we got WCW there. Shit, I went to the Sold Out where David Flair got beat with the belt when Ric Flair was handcuffed to the ropes. But Edward, to answer your question, the energy was big. I mean, I remember, just being really, really almost overwhelmed by it. Being, 12 years old, being a kid in that environment, and holding a sign that I took with me that I didn't understand how inappropriate it was until I was an adult. So, this was the era of Sonny, right? So I had a sign, Sonny now incarcerated, but I had a sign that said, Sonny, sit here, with an arrow pointing down, which incidentally being at my face. And like, I'm 12 fucking years old. Like, and I'm like, why did my parents allow me to leave?
It's a generation.
It's a request. She's free to say no.
Yeah. Oh, that show was also the same show where I saw Dave and Earl Hebner at a Wendy's. It was a wild time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's something.
And how was the energy to compare of WCW and the WWF? Of the crowd and all of that stuff.
I say this with all due respect. I'm a West Virginian. I'm an Appalachian at heart. But my God, I will say this WCW shows definitely more hillbilly. You know what I mean? Definitely a more raucous crowd. Like it was Horseman country. It was Flair country. Ric Flair could have stabbed somebody on live TV in that city, and he still would have gotten free drinks. Like it was wild. It was big energy from both crowds and both audiences. But there definitely was a slightly different feel. But they were both rowdy, without question, both rowdy.
I do like to talk to people who went to WCW shows because, I mean, history is written by the victor. And if you weren't around back then, you would just imagine, like, man, everyone must have hated WCW by the end. But that's absolutely not the case. Like, there must have been fucking millions of people who were, like, heartbroken. Like, I can't believe this is the last episode of Nitro. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm not watching wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
It's
so cool. It's so cool for me, because like John said, we know the story, we see documentaries and whatever, but know someone that was on the show, on one show of WCW or WWF, whatever. I saw the videos. I see the videos, and when Stone Cold goes out and the people gets crazy, it's something that I don't see now, and I think we won't see ever.
It's, one of the big differences I will say, from memories of audiences then to audiences I've been in within the last like 10, 15 years, it's the number of signs. You don't see it like back in the day. It was everybody had multiple signs that they were bringing into these shows.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that anymore. And I know they're a lot more strict nowadays in terms of what you can have on there and what they would allow on there. I remember
people get scared too. You get nervous about when you should hold up your sign. Like, is somebody can they see behind me? People try to be a lot more considerate. I think the way you do it is you bring 50 signs and you hand them out to everyone. So now if everyone's doing it in your section, you don't have to feel bad at all. We're all standing up in front of each other. You've created an environment where everybody feels comfortable doing it, and a nice little visual for television that definitely gets out.
Yeah, it's you gotta make it a community thing. Because like back in the day, it happened at multiple Nitros, but somebody would show up with one W and then hand out like 25 O's. Like it was fantastic. Or Norman Smiley, you'd see people doing that for Norman and Smiley, flipping the signs.
We don't get people painting themselves.
Yeah. What happened to that? Nobody paints themselves anymore.
Just one fanboy question. Someone saw sometime the Hulkster when he was loved live.
So I only ever saw Hogan wrestle live one time. He was a face at the time. It was at the 2002 King of the Ring here in Columbus.
I love that era.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he wrestled Kurt Angle when Kurt Angle was wearing a wig with his headgear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
And Hogan tapped. I don't know how many times in his career Hogan tapped, but he tapped here in Columbus, Ohio. Damn it!
I think Kurt was the first. I vaguely remember that being a thing they were saying.
That card also had Eddie Guerrero and Ric Flair. Like I've lucked into some hella shows over the years.
That's Brock Lesnar's. That's the middle of Brock Lesnar's big push. That's one of the milestones in his rookie career. That's a great show to be at.
Yeah.
And actually, it was the last time King of the Ring was a pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's been like a TV special.
R.I.P. Rob Van Dam.
And I was also fortunate enough to go to one original ECW show as well.
Ooh,
it was main evented by Rob Van Dam and Balls Mahoney.
That's incredible. What's this like?
You have great stories.
I'm sorry?
You have great stories.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I did not get to go to ECW. I get to go to one of those horrible reunion shows. Shane Douglas had all the old ECW men, and they're all like battered and torn up. It was bad.
I'll say I met Shane Douglas a few years ago at an indie show. He was a pretty nice dude, though.
He actually is a very nice guy. I was a crowd plant. So I don't know if you guys remember. This was shortly after WWE brought back ECW. Shane Douglas was trying to do his own version, and he called it Extreme Rising. And they did a show in Philadelphia, the first show, and the crowd absolutely turned on the whole fucking thing all night long. Legendary debut show, and the crowd shits all over it all night. So when they come to Queens the next time, I was in a wrestling school, and they were borrowing our ring, so they wanted us to sit in the crowd and try to control it. Try to control the vibe.
And how'd that go?
It was 150 degrees. It had to be like 100+ degrees in the building. I at one point took my shirt off. I was shirtless on video screen. It was rough. It was not. It was very rough. It was not. I imagine similar to what it would have been at an ECW show, but not as fun because all the wrestlers are old and dying. New Jack was there though. New Jack, Sandman.
R.I.P. Jack.
They were there. They were just, drunk or fucked up.
My God.
Oh, Jesus.
Take this home, though.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, real quick, let's do our jobbers and mega stars of the evening. Gentlemen, Caesar, we'll start with you, man. Who did you have as your jobber of the night, sir?
Only because of what actually happened in his match. I'd say Kofi because he took a freaking chair in the face. Like that's.
Oh jeez.
That's all I've got on that one because as soon as I saw that, I was just like, "That's." I can't imagine taking a gamer chair to the face like that because those things are huge. So, office chair, gamer chair, take your pick. That. No, thank you. I'm getting flashbacks right now.
Right on.
My jobber of the night, Shinsuke Nakamura. Why? Because he was on the last match on the main event, but he only makes the job. He's a jobber. He only loses.
And of course, Tyler.
I kicked it around a little bit. I thought about Nakamura. I gotta go with poor JD McDonough.
Farquaad.
Yeah, poor JD. Like, I don't know, like, what they're going to do to rehab his character once Judgment Day splits. Like, he's coming into this at the tail end. You know what I mean? This is like when NWO was split into like 4 different groups at the end of that run. Like, we're in that era of the Judgment Day right now. Like, he's coming in on that part of it. And so it's like, I don't know what they're going to do to make him credible coming out of this.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
So I sadly, and I apologize to JD, it's JD McDonough.
Oof.
But then that will bring us to our mega stars of the evening. Gentlemen, for myself tonight, I'm going to go with one Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser came off as a scary, unstoppable badass tonight. And they needed to do something to turn up the heat for Imperium. And if they're going towards a split, which they keep hinting at, they have to do something to turn up the heat for them individually. He looked like a beast in this match. And, and Kofi's one of those guys that's, if you're going to book this sort of match, Kofi's one of those guys that's smart to put him in there with. Because Kofi can sell. Like a Shawn Michaels level of sell. And that made him look really strong. And I think they see a future for Ludwig Kaiser going forward.
Okay.
I don't see a future for Kofi's gear.
No, not even close. God, no. Oh, there it is again. YoungLA.com.
I need that shirt. My megastar of the night, I'm going with CM Punk. He only appears a few minutes, and of course, he blows the roof of the place. So I'm going with CM Punk.
I'm only gonna say it because, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna sound like a total fanboy saying this, but I'm actually a fan of the dare we use the term now because we can say it, the current women's tag team champions. Like it's like you said earlier, it's actually refreshing seeing a team. It's actually a team doing tandem moves, actually doing things, and also because Caden's hot, so. But they are an awesome tag team, so it's like let's see where they go from here with this one.
Right on. All right, gentlemen, any other thoughts on tonight's Raw?
Let's see where it goes from here.
All right, we are leaning into the WrestleMania season. We'll run through our sign-offs here real quick. Tell everybody, where they'll see us and how they can find us, all that jazz. I once again am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, at PW Hipster over on Twitter, Threads, Instagram. I am the Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook. Like I said earlier, just have a piece up right now there about the armchair booking regarding how I think they could handle The Rock and not piss off a lot of people. So please go over there and check that out too. But I will be back tomorrow night for the NXT Rewind. Always looking forward to that. Always a good time. And then I'll, of course, be back with Eduardo and Caesar next week here, breaking down Raw. Eduardo, sir, where can we find you?
You can find me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok as Soy Eduardo Bates, or you can just put Eduardo Bates and you can find me. You can find all my videos.
As always, I'm on social platforms. I'm not going to say every single one of them because there's way too many at this point. But I am on social media at NoobTube, doing whatever I can to do with pro wrestling and everything in between. Joining these two gentlemen every Monday doing the Raw review, and I will be on the review show for Dynamite on the Wednesday evening, discussing all things good about AEW. With that being said, I think that's everything.
So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, and keep on cooking, Hunter. Thank you for tuning in, and then everyone that watches us on all the different platforms we're on. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We will see you next week. Yeet.
Yeet.
Bye-bye.